It's Christian B here, Burnaby, Vancouver-based real estate agent, and welcome to Rapid Fire Real Estate. And the purpose of this program is to cover 5-6 topics, spend a couple of minutes on each, and you can take that intel with you out into the marketplace. And if you'd like more help, my contact is in the show notes. Easy peasy. Okay, I want to preview today's agenda. First is hotel room rates. Remember the province banned Airbnb? Well, what has the consequence been for downtown room rates? Second is the NDP's promise of affordable rental units. How affordable are these really? Well, I'll talk about an example from Kitsilano. Third, cheap condos. Okay, I know some of you are trying to climb into the market and you don't have a lot of requirements. I'm going to give you 6 to 7 things to look for that'll dramatically lower the price of a condo. Fourth, price reductions. This is a topic and a discussion I'm having with my sellers as we go to list all the time now. And fifth, and finally, multiple offers. What are some of the requirements there, just so that you understand what transparency is involved? Okay, let's go back to the first topic on room rentals. Now, as you recall, the province said ixnay to short-term rentals. And of course, short-term rentals were a great third option for people who didn't want to stay in a hotel, but maybe we're going to stay sort of, 1 to 3 weeks, maybe 3 to 6 weeks, visiting family, friends. They would like to have a kitchen inside the suite. Maybe they got a kid or two along with them. And short-term rentals were such a great option for those families. And of course, those have been, with one stroke of the pen, the province wiped out 17,000 options for your friends, and for your loved ones to choose from. And of course, the hotel industry's got to love it because now they've got 17,000 less competitors. Well, I was having a discussion at my run club on Saturday with a gentleman in from the East Coast. Works for the federal government, and he was here in Vancouver for a wedding. So he brought his partner along, and on our run, we probably had a good 20-25 minute chat about room rates, and he was floored by how much the rates are going for. And he said, it was about running around $600 to $700 a night. Now that is a lot of money. I'm just going to pull up on my screen. You're not going to see this on yours, but you can easily do this for yourself. Is looking at some of the room rates here. I mean, I'm just clicking on an example, the Fairmont downtown. Everybody knows that one. Starting at $591 a night. If you wanted to stay close to the art gallery, the Rosewood, beautiful hotel, $586 a night. But that is just the advertised price here. Once you click into it, it actually shows $700 plus. Here's a cheap one. $420 a night for, I don't even know what this is. I'm not familiar with this hotel. Over there on Smythe, Burrard, across from the Scotiabank movie theater, we've got a hotel that is Sutton Place Hotel, $563 a night. These are insane prices. The lowest price I'm finding in the downtown peninsula here is $380 a night. This would be for 1 month from now, and this is the Sunset over on Davie. Okay, so what's my point with all of this? My point is simply that the prices on rentals here are through the roof, for hotels are through the roof. And this was a consequence of the ban of Airbnb. Is all of a sudden there's a lot less room rentals. If you went back to when we hosted the Olympics, we have less hotel rooms available now for visitors, and of course the big losers here are you and me because we have far fewer options. So thank you, NDP. Now, speaking of that same party, they had their promise of affordable rental units on the market. Now, there's an interesting article here from the Vancouver Sun, and they talked about the release of this new rental project at Kitsilano. And I'm just looking up the address for it. In any event, it's in Kitsilano. It was there's 64 units. It's 18 months behind scheduled opening, and they published some of the going rates. Now this is quote unquote affordable rentals. 393 square foot studio is being leased for $2,650. A 517 square foot one bedroom is going for just shy of $3,300, and a two bedroom of 589 square feet is being rented for $4,200 a month. So time out. A two bedroom of 589 square feet, that's not a very big two bedroom. But $4,200, and then they've got examples of 800 square foot plus two bedroom, two baths, going for $4,300 a month. It's just interesting because in the article they cite the news conference when the premier, then housing minister, announced this, and apparently he used the word affordable and affordability 12 times in this news conference, and in reference to this project and some of the others. And well, now they've actually changed. They say, no, affordable rentals weren't about affordability. They're just adding more supply to the market. And they've actually changed the name of the program now. So it's interesting, and it's not just them. It's politics and politicians in general. You got to watch this stuff. You got to review their record, what they've been saying, and then what they finally do. Okay, third topic I want to tackle is getting cheaper condos. I met with a man about a week and a half ago, and his goal is to get more space. There's family on the way, and at the same time, like so many of us, so many of you, he is pinched for on the budget. It's just, and so what I wanted to share with you here is sort of 7 things to look for in a condo that'll make it a lot cheaper. It will not necessarily make it better, okay? It's not going to make it. This is really about scoring a lower priced home. If you don't have the funds, or if you don't yet qualify for something else, but you're really trying to claw yourself into the market, the first thing you'd look for is no in-suite laundry. Now, I know for a lot of ladies, that's a deal breaker right off the bat. And that's why they're a lot cheaper. I would say they're probably about $80,000 to $100,000. You take laundry out of a unit and it's going for that much less. Second thing, no pets allowed. This is very rare. Probably 1 in 50 buildings has a no pet policy. If they do, apples to apples, it'll be 5% less than a building that does allow cats and dogs. Third, wood frame buildings over concrete. Again, if you're looking for something, but you're looking for more bang for your buck, if you had, again, same size, same location, same height, floor plan, everything, and one unit is in a wood frame building versus a concrete building, the wood frame is going to go at 5 to 10% less than a concrete building. Fourth, buy on the lowest floor possible. We have this rule of thumb in real estate that every floor adds $3,000 to $5,000. So if you want a view, it's going to cost you. So I would say to you, go for the lowest floor possible. Investors will always do this on pre-sales. They go in and they're trying to buy the units on the second floor. They don't care about a view because they know if they're as investors, renting the 32nd floor unit versus the second floor unit doesn't make enough of a difference to justify the extra $70,000, $80,000, $100,000 you pay for the view up in the top of the tower. Okay, so keep that in mind. Fifth, no balcony. While we love our outdoor space, if you want to save money, look for a unit with no balcony, and it should come in at a lower price point. Sixth, older, of course, right? Not brand new. And seventh would be 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom units. 2-bed, 2-bath is obviously more preferable, especially if you have children. You really need that second bathroom. But if you're okay with 1 bathroom, you can save a lot of money on 2 bedrooms. And older buildings, a lot of them in Kitsilano, Fairview, may have 2-bed, 1-baths. The first building unit I bought also was a 2-bed, one bath. Okay, so that is the criterion that you would search for if you are looking specifically to hold the budget down as far as possible. Okay, fourth thing I want to discuss is price reductions. This is becoming a more prevalent topic. It's, again, we're still in a very slow market. As of making this video here, August the 19th, it is still, we are in a lull. We haven't yet hit the ground here running. The gun hasn't gone off and the runners are not running. The market is slow. And so with a lot of my listings, what I'm doing now is when I talk to the sellers, and I think most agents are doing this, you have to be prepared for one price reduction at least, and you should be having that discussion with your agent. If you're not, it's just the reality of the market. When you've got 100 competitors on the market just like you, and there's only 6 or 7 sales in that price range, it's going to be hard to get over the finish line. So you've got to be very competitively priced. Last topic. Multiple offers. If you're a buyer and you find yourself in multiple offers, the concern was always that there's a lack of transparency. They have introduced some more transparency. There's a form that the buyer's agent now receives from the listing agent, and on that form it says all the brokerages that the buyers are from is on there. So in other words, let's say your agent calls you back and says, hey, they've got 5 offers. And you say, well, how can I believe that? Well, the following day, you are supposed to get from the listing agent a document that has the 5 brokerages that those buyers buyers agents are affiliated with. Okay, so there's a level of transparency in here. So you might say Sutton, Remax, OAKWYN in my case, XYZ and ABC Realty. So those might be the 5 that are listed on there. Anyway, the point is that it's getting a lot harder for listing agents not to be honest about the number of offers. And I think that's very important in an offer process. We want to know how many offers there are. We want to make sure they're legitimate, they're real, and so on. Okay, hope this has been of help to you. If you've got questions, opinions, leave those below, and we'll see you next time.